There's finally a new console wrestling game released that isn't WWE. It feels like it's been quite a while since the last time that happened. Wrestling Empire just released for the Nintendo Switch, and I've been enjoying it quite a lot. There's quite a few things I could even say it does better than WWE 2K20. And I'm being serious, not just, oh, it works. Like, some of these features are really good and done much better than WWE 2K20. So with that being said, here's a look at what I feel Wrestling Empire does better than WWE 2K20. Now before I get into the first point, I need to state the obvious. Wrestling Empire doesn't come close to WWE 2K20 in the visuals, and that's why it can do a lot of the things it does. I know that, but it is still fun to compare between the two. I also want to quickly remind you to make sure that you sub with all notifications turned on. I'm hoping to reach 250,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so let's try and make that happen. Let's also try and hit 2,000 likes on this video. Now let's get to the first thing. The blood system in Wrestling Empire is much better here than it is in WWE 2K20. In WWE 2K20 it's pretty broken and doesn't always show up. In Wrestling Empire, however, not only does the blood actually work as it's supposed to do, but you'll also see it drop to the mat and stay there for a little while until it eventually goes. This blood feature has not been seen in the WWE 2K series ever since it made the jump to the PS4 and Xbox One consoles. Another thing that Wrestling Empire does better than WWE 2K20 is promos and having slight creative story elements in the game. Like, you have the choice of having a promo take place before your match, and you can choose a bunch of different scenarios from a list that ranges from a wrestler wanting revenge for losing the match last time they faced off, being angry at the referee for screwing him over in a previous match, to even cutting a promo about leaving the promotion after this final match. There's so many choices here, and it's quite embarrassing how little WWE 2K20 has in comparison. In 2K20's Universe mode, there's only very limited choices of what promos you can cut, and it doesn't have anywhere near the depth that Wrestling Empire's promo system has. One of the complaints about 2K20 is its My Career mode. It's not really a career mode, it's more of a story mode, and it was a bad story mode at that. Wrestling Empire features an actual career mode with features like being able to sign contracts with different promotions and trying to work out the best deal for your wrestler, to also having choices that change how your career goes and who you have a rivalry with. It's a proper career mode, and it feels like your own career, and not just you playing the story of someone's career that has a completely linear path. The next feature might not be important, but it's something that I love having with Wrestling Empire, and that's being able to control your entrance. Yeah, once your music plays, you have full control of your entrance. You can go all around the ring, jump on the announcer's table, do some poses, wait as long as you want because it doesn't stop until you get in the ring. Like I said though, it's not a big feature and it might not really work with WWE 2K, but I just love being able to mess around with my entrance and do whatever the hell I want until I get into the ring. Now in Wrestling Empire you can attack the commentary team. You can target them during a match and just start swinging and doing moves to them. Does it make much of a difference? No. Is it funny? It absolutely is. I just really like randomly going up to them, starting a full-on brawl during a match, and just watch the insanity play out.
1, 2, 3.
Breakouts in wrestling games are really fun to do after a match. I mean, who doesn't like giving their opponent a little extra beating after the match? Well, in WWE 2K20, this is limited, as you've got a set amount of time before it automatically ends. In Wrestling Empire, however, it ends once you go behind the curtain. So you can do all the crazy stuff that you want to do with no worries of any kind of time limit. The amount of wrestlers on screen has always been something fans of the WWE 2K series has asked about. We're currently stuck at 8 wrestlers on the screen at one time, but many of us have wanted to see that 10 wrestlers on screen record broken in WWE games. If you're playing Wrestling Empire, however, wrestlers on screen shouldn't be an issue at all, as you can have a 30-man battle royal without issue, and you can even throw in some weapons to mess around with too. Again, I know WWE 2K is limited because of how much better it looks graphically, but come on, 30-man battle royals can't be ignored. And lastly, Wrestling Empire just has less limitations on what you can do. If you want an intergender match, then you can do it. If you want special guest referees, then sure, you can do that. Or if you want to change the match rules, then you can with incredible amounts of choices. When I play WWE 2K20 in comparison to Wrestling Empire, it does feel like I'm much more limited in what I can pick and choose to do. I can again understand why some things are more limited, but there's other things that are limited that just shouldn't be limited. And it isn't because it's more graphically demanding than Wrestling Empire. It's just features that have been skipped out on for no real reason. So that was 8 things I feel that Wrestling Empire does better than WWE 2K20. If I missed any points out, then please do let me know in the comments what you feel Wrestling Empire does better than WWE 2K20. And as a quick reminder, make sure you've liked this video and subscribed with all notifications turned on. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.